What's up, and welcome back to Opposites Attract podcast. This is Sonja Ramirez, your girl, and I'm sitting next to
Miguel Ramirez. What's going on? Today we have a special guest, Big Super, who we met through YouTube. His channel is Big Super, living in Arizona, and Super Tribe, right?
Yes, exactly.
Great.
Super Tribe.
Super Tribe. Great to have
Very
you on the
cool.
podcast.
So, you want to get everything going?
Yeah. So we met Big Super, like I said, through YouTube, just looking at different videos about Arizona, and you have a great channel, like showing all the different areas and all that stuff. So we wanted to kind of get into that a little bit later, but just we wanted to get your story and see how the whole thing developed.
So, where are you from? First of all,
I'm from Wisconsin, from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and
Nice.
moved out here in '99. You asked me, well, anyway,
It's all
you
good.
asked about how long I've been married,
Yeah.
but actually got married in 2000. We moved out here in '99.
Okay.
And got married in 2000.
Okay.
So,
all right. So you've been married for a bit. Congratulations!
Well,
That's
thank you.
super awesome.
Yeah.
And you
so-
have kids?
yes, we have two children, a 13-year-old boy and a 9-year-old. Or no, I'm sorry, a 13 and 6-year-old.
Do you hear that, wife? He forgot how old you are.
No, that's what she does best. She likes
Yeah.
putting people on the spot
is
and then
so
getting them
like-
in trouble. That's what she does.
This is so different, man.
It's all good.
Hey, how so? I mean, from being a YouTuber to sitting here and
Yeah, you're I'm in the camera all the time.
yes,
You know
what's up
what?
with that? You know why? Because he
Actually-
doesn't have control.
No,
that's
I'm
why.
totally out of control.
Yes.
And I got I get to edit.
Right.
So
True.
I get
Yeah.
to edit everything out, and just make it how I want it.
Okay.
So this is like, whoa.
So you can cut out. I'm like, you know what? That's not going in there.
Yeah, it's definitely.
But you know what? Thinking about it though, like I feel the same way you're probably feeling. Like just a couple days ago, I never do like a Facebook Live, and I decided that I was gonna do one, and it's weird. But it's one of those things, like you make the style of your videos, you make them all the time. So for you, it's probably not a big deal just to be walking around and people seeing you talking to a camera. Like they know you're doing something.
Right.
But for you,
Yeah.
that's normal.
Yeah. It's still a little. It hasn't just set in.
Yeah.
It's still but I'm
Getting used to it.
I'm very very used to it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So like for us, this is normal, right?
Well,
Kind of.
not when I
Not in the
started,
beginning.
because I was used to doing a lot of Facebook Lives, and we started doing this. I was so uncomfortable. I was probably feeling like you feel right now, because I'm that person where I need to feel in control. You're right. Like, okay, I look good right here.
You know
All
what
right, right here,
helps?
I don't look good.
You know what helps? Whiskey.
Oh,
Whiskey. That helps. Because then before you know, you're just like, whatever.
right. So we have to ask. Are you Packers fan? Are you a Packers fan?
Yeah, I'm from Wisconsin, so
All right,
grew
all
up
right.
a Packers fan.
Yeah,
There
you
we
can't
go.
not be a Packers fan
Yeah,
if you're from
yeah.
Wisconsin. Yeah,
All right.
that's cool.
You got to share with him your
So-
story on how you became a Packers fan, being from New York.
Yeah, so I'm from when I was a kid, my mom, it was just like, it happened to be preseason on the TV. And I asked my mom, I didn't watch football and she didn't watch a lot of football, but I just asked like, who's going to win the Super Bowl this year during preseason? She's like, oh, the team with the green and yellow on the TV, they're going to win.
Green and yellow, green and yellow.
And that was the year they won with Brett Favre, like back in 96, 97.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, holy crap, they won. And
That's
I
it.
stuck with them ever since.
Okay, you're
But,
young then, man. I'm
Yeah.
hearing the story you said when I was a kid, and you said Brett
Ni-
Favre. I'm like,
90,
"Jeez."
so 96. Well, I wasn't that young. I
He's
was like,
37?
I was 13.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
kid
Yeah.
compared to now.
Yeah,
but
yeah. But he looks a whole lot younger, right? Than
Yeah.
37?
Yeah.
Do you know how that makes a woman feel? No.
Yeah. So was there, when you were thinking about moving out here, were there like different options or what were you looking at?
So when we were thinking of moving out here, the only thing that that we were really considering is that wherever we move, we just want it warm year round.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, you got that.
Yeah,
You got that year round here.
There's not many places that to choose from. Not in the United States that's warm year round.
Yeah.
So, but the first place we came was here.
Okay.
And then Arizona sell itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It was just
So-
sunny and nice.
What time of
Dude.
year did you come?
I believe we came in maybe February or something like that.
Okay.
Oh, you came.
So
in
it
the best
wasn't,
time.
as hot.
Yeah.
So when the summer hit, were you like,
So you
holy?
got tricked.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You go from snow to like straight up desert.
Straight up beautiful in the summertime.
Yeah. I wasn't, early on, I wasn't tripping though. It was okay, early on. But now the summers, they're brutal. They kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, how
Stop scaring people with questions like starting questions like that.
So what did you do prior to becoming a YouTuber?
I'm a sales guy.
What?
All sales, period. So when we moved out here, well, that's going way back. But you said before YouTube. Before YouTube, I was selling blinds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, selling blinds.
Marketing and sales, then, huh?
Yeah,
So are you an extrovert?
No.
There we go.
How can you be a good salesman and not be?
That's what made me stop. That's what made me. Well, I'm great at sales, but it grew tiresome because I really don't like meeting people over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like you do in sales. Because so I'm walking in homes constantly. Hey, how's it going? And I just hate
at the end of the day, you're just done.
Even when I was back in the day in dating, and you have to meet a person over and over and ask the exact same questions over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's like a broken record.
What are you doing? Like, dude. So
yeah, it's a broken record over and over and over. Yeah.
So,
You guys have very similar stories because Miguel was in sales and marketing as well. And because of maybe your work ethic, made you continue to move forward with that. But it was draining and out of your comfort zone. You were forcing yourself to do the thing to get the paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it for? I was good at it, great at it, but it's really science to it. It's a science.
Yeah, the techniques.
It's easy. From the moment to go, from the handshake is on,
Yeah, it's not a game.
That is so, because I'm an extrovert and that stuff just comes natural. There's no science. There's no nothing. It's like
she just goes and starts all of a sudden blah, 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 starts talking.
You probably noticed that as soon as you walk through my door.
Right. And that's cool. I like that actually. I like extroverts. They're like interesting,
Yeah.
Wow,
How could you talk so much?
So is your wife an extrovert?
She's extroverted, yes. Not crazy with it, but she is an extrovert. And when we first met, she was even more extroverted. Yeah. But now, after being, out here and together for a while, she's, chilled out. Now she's becoming, because she gets on me like, dude, you making me introverted. I'm like,
that's kind of like what I'm doing to her.
It's not that though. I think with me anyways, it's just I enjoy and appreciate my time to myself now versus before, so I think now that I'm older and having kids and a husband, you just need that time to that alone time and you appreciate it more so. But I still can go out and have a blast and talk to strangers and do that other stuff. Yeah. That's interesting that you said that because we were just talking about that on the previous podcast, how I feel like, it's kind of coming back around. Like, I'm an extrovert, but I need my quiet time to recuperate.
Yeah.
So
when you first thought about starting a YouTube channel, what was that thought? Like, what was the decision, or did you start it back before you came here, or did it start when you came?
Well, no, because I've been out here 20 years.
Yeah.
So I started, my very first upload to YouTube was probably about back in 2009.
Okay.
So I met this guy, and he was telling me, he's an entrepreneur, and he was telling me about marketing online. So that started opening me up, to marketing online. And, I just started, learning about, video.
Yeah.
So at that point, I had made a video about nothing. And then from then I just started making little videos and I would just upload them here and there. But pretty much at that time, marketing products from time to time.
Okay. Was it like a review or just things that you used? And
so I knew nothing of YouTube at that time. So the first video that I made, I think it was, I don't even know what it was about. I was just probably walking around the house just talking and doing nothing,
Your own house?
Yeah, my own house.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it'd be kind of weird if you're walking around other people's houses. I invite you over and all of a sudden you got your camera out and I'm like, what are you doing, Super? He's like, relax, I'm recording a video. Yeah, that'd be weird.
So it went from there to, I started doing loan modifications. So at that time I started, kept on uploading here and there, not really going hard, just uploading here and there, but constantly I'm learning more and more and not really paying attention to YouTube. I'm still not into YouTube at this point. And, this is more time that went by. And from then I did like a workout thing. I talked about eating healthy and stuff. Now, that was my first time kind of doing a channel. And
so you're just dabbing into things.
Yeah, I'm just dabbing.
All right.
I'm doing nothing serious. And when I did the workout thing or talked about eating healthy and stuff, I started getting a little following. But I didn't pay any attention. I'm just going on about my life.
So there wasn't really like a goal, or it was just like, let's see what happens. Just put it up and.
Yeah. Well, okay. When I did the eating healthy thing, so then I created, because I was into marketing online, so I created a diet. That went an ebook.
Yeah,
so
that's what we're doing now.
Aw,
So
very cool.
I created this ebook. Now in my head, I'm thinking I'm gonna sell so many. Yeah. So I ended up selling a couple ebooks.
Yeah,
I sold a few ebooks.
What do you mean?
That's great.
Sell an ebook.
Yeah.
Well, babe, there's different techniques. You could do so much. You can sell an ebook. You can give it away for free.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different ways to use tools like that.
Yep.
So you made the ebook. You sold some copies.
Sold some copies. It was called The Antidote. That was the name of the ebook. And I sold a few. And to this day, there are people that still in my social media, what do you call
your
it?
feed, your following.
There you go. And from way back then, there was nothing. So more time go by, and then now I'm doing real estate. I'm flipping houses, going back and forth from here to Wisconsin, and I created another ebook.
Yeah,
and I sold some.
Nice, yeah.
But again, I'm just marketing. I'm just using YouTube for marketing. So then stop doing that. Now one day when the hoverboards came out, I was slinging hoverboards.
I was slinging.
Hell yeah.
I was slinging.
Yeah.
Hoverboards. That's awesome.
So I made a video about the hoverboards, and it do 250,000 views. I got like 1,000 subscribers in like a couple days or something.
Wait, what?
Yeah, babe, I'm telling you, those videos, people look for that stuff. Yeah. They look for it.
So I'm coming at a different angle. So I wasn't coming on a YouTube angle. I'm using YouTube
like
to market
a product,
to market products.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why it never dawned on me about YouTube. It never hit me. I'm still making these videos, and it's not hit me about YouTube.
What was your thought making the hoverboard? Was that the plan, was to put out a hoverboard review video and knowing that a lot of people are going to watch it and you're going to get subscribers? Or was it just like, oh, this is cool, other people might want to see it?
No, the plan was I'm going to shoot a video about these hoverboards, create some buzz here
because they're hot at that time.
They were hot at that time. And it happened. People calling me from LA and buying hoverboards. I'm shipping hoverboards all over, and it was working.
That's right, because it wasn't just a video. You were selling hoverboards.
I'm selling hoverboards.
Gotcha.
I make a video. Got my son riding hoverboards. I'm riding hoverboards.
So he has a product that he's marketing and that he's selling, and in return, you're gaining
I'm a sales
all
guy.
these followers.
Yeah. So
that's cool. Yeah. So at what point did you see the YouTube, you know what? There's something
something going on.
So, I'm walking you guys from,
No, go for it. Tell us the story.
Times, right? We're all the way up to the hoverboard now, right?
Yeah.
So, after the hoverboard, and during that time, I'm doing liquidation lots. I'm flipping liquidation lots.
Okay.
And I come across the hoverboards as a product. So I'm doing that thing, and I kind of even made some videos about how you could flip liquidation lots. I kind of made some videos about that, and I'm still not into YouTube. I'm just doing my little product thing. Maybe I'm going to create another ebook or something, and then I just stop.
I see what so you're using YouTube for something else.
Yes.
Not YouTube for what YouTube is. You're just using YouTube as a platform to do other things.
Exactly.
But then at one point it's going to change where it's like, wow, like I can do something with YouTube itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So that now I'm starting to put it together.
Yeah, which is crazy because sitting here talking to you about it, just opens something else up. But so yeah, I'm doing that. Like now, what opened up right now, before I forget it, is that now I'm doing YouTube and I don't got a product. So I'm sitting back, now, and I'm just like,
crazy.
You are the product. You are the brand.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense to me, So I'm doing this, and I'm like, and I'm always like, dude, what am I gonna sell? That's always in my head. Like,
That's so cool.
You are
That is so cool.
Yeah. So from the hoverboard, so what was and then you were doing the liquidation lots.
Yeah, so I'm doing the liquidation license. So like I said, do a video. I did like a couple videos on the hoverboards, 250,000. It meant nothing to me.
Wow.
250,000.
It's just selling more hoverboards.
Yeah, then 1,000 subscribers in like a day or something like that.
What?
None of that
Crazy.
stuff meant nothing to me. I'm just and
Not realizing.
Not realizing. So now I get away from it, and then I come back to YouTube, and something happened where I just started learning. Well, I didn't have a hustle. I needed a hustle, so I run out of hustles. I'm frustrated, and I think I started digging into YouTube, like actual YouTube, and then the whole world opened up, and I seen all of these people making, buku's money on YouTube.
Yeah.
Kids making, so
the hustles ran out.
Yeah, hustle ran out.
And
I
then
didn't have a hustle.
And then that's when he's like, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
And it's like YouTube.
Yeah. Well, I even market. I got some videos up right now as we speak for, because I told you I was doing blinds before YouTube. So I was making some little blind videos and, selling blinds, which is a grind,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm frustrated. I don't want to grind. I don't want to sell.
Yeah.
So I want to do something I enjoy. Have, I guess, a midlife crisis, right?
Okay, dude, you don't look like that old.
Come
so
on,
midlife.
when
When you say
It's like it
midlife
should be
crisis,
hitting you.
I'm like, how?
I'm
how young?
47.
All right.
So I'm about 45 when this happened. I've been doing, now I've been into YouTube for about a good 2 years. So, so at this point, I'm like, I don't want to sell. And I don't want to do the, formal sales thing.
Yeah.
And I started digging into YouTube, and I started learning about YouTube. So, and, at that point, I started the Super Tribe, which is the family channel.
That's the vlog.
Yeah, that's the vlog. That's that vlog. And I'm just doing the Super Tribe, and I'm trying to gain traction, and it's not working. I can't hit 250. I can't hit 1,000. I can't hit 200 views. It's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So now I'm getting into videography, and I'm starting learning how to create, put it together, and that whole thing. And then I learned a lot about YouTube. And then I said,
So you're self-taught.
yep, YouTube University.
Did you pay for anything?
YouTube University.
YTU.
Yep. Did you pay for any courses or anything like that?
Man, YTU.
You see, and that's the thing. Maybe to get to a different level, then maybe you have to do something like that. But there is so much free information that you could take advantage of. Yeah. Like you got so much that you can do for free before you actually need to pay for something to move to different levels. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of free stuff. We talk about it all the time. There's no reason why you can't do something. Because so many people have done it before, and they've put it out there so that you can see it.
There's no reason why you should be starving today. Not in the world we live in today.
Not today.
We've been talking about that.
Yeah.
There's so many different hustles.
Not in America, dude. Not in America. I mean,
There you go. Yes.
I mean, dude, it's money laying on the ground in America, literally.
You just got to be creative on how you're going to pick it up.
You could just, if I was just broke down out, I could go to an office complex and what do you need me to do?
Yep.
Door
Uber.
to door.
You know what?
Door to door.
But that's
DoorDash.
just that's
They're
just
gonna give me something. Somebody wash
that's
my
just
car.
the hustle, man. Like people are
Wash it.
people
If you're hungry,
people that are willing to work,
yes.
they'll find work.
That's what I'm saying. We ain't hungry here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We ain't hungry here.
We're trying to figure out how to.
we'll figure it out.
We're trying to figure out how to lose the weight.
Yeah, exactly. We ain't hungry.
We ain't
So-
hungry.
So I just got back from a work trip, and I was in Connecticut, and it was the day before. I flew back yesterday, so Thursday night, you know, and I'm the new guy on my team at work, so it's kind of tough when they're like, hey, let's go get a couple drinks, and you know, I don't want to be the one that's like, nah, you guys go, and I'm just kind of like the hermit crab in his hotel room by himself. So I'm like, all right, let's go, and I'll, you know, build some rapport and bond with the guy, you know, whatever. So and not like disingenuously, because he's a cool dude, and it's cool hanging out. But then I'm thinking to myself, like, I'm all the way over here, and I have the opportunity to grow this podcast in Connecticut. So I have, you know, I'm out there for work, but I took stacks of flyers with me, and I'm like, I'm gonna put them on the plane. I'm gonna leave some at the airport. And I got a big stack, and I'm like, before I leave Connecticut, I'm gonna get rid of all these flyers. So I get back, we end up having some drinks in the courtyard, just hanging out. It's like 10:30 at night, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm grabbing these flyers and I'm hitting the streets. And I told my wife, I was like, I'm walking the streets like a hooker out here, just handing out flyers, talking to people. But
Right.
the thing is that's the hustle.
Yeah.
That's the hustle. If you want it, you'll do it.
Yeah. It's
You
gonna
know?
pay off too.
Yeah, and those are the things that you look back on, and you're like, when people think, like, when something starts moving, or something happens at a certain point where you meet somebody or whatever, and somebody gives you a shot, and people are like, wow, he's lucky he met that person. It's like you don't know about the times that we
Yeah.
were up late,
Yep.
making videos, handing out flyers, doing all
Yep.
these crazy
Late
things.
nights,
It's
early
like,
mornings.
It's not luck.
Yeah.
Right.
You work hard enough and you get lucky. That's what they say. You work hard enough.
Yeah,
But
the
it's the
people
hard
that
work.
work get lucky.
Yeah.
You know, that's just what it is. And
You
the
work
other
hard
thing
enough
is that,
and then you get lucky.
well, they're not going to give you that opportunity either, because if they go through your history and they're like, he's not really, like, he's got an episode here, and then 3 months later another episode, you know, like, they're going to be like, well,
There's
he's
no
obviously not that
consistency.
serious about
Right.
what he's doing, so forget it. But if they see, you know, this has been like, he's been hustling, maybe the results aren't coming, but I know he's willing to work,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna give him a shot, and then it blows up. You know, so people don't see all that other
Right.
stuff before.
No, for sure.
Which is kind of
Yeah.
like what you're talking about. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
You're willing to work.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
So then so what was the thought at that point, like with YouTube? Like, what was the strategy?
Once it clicked.
Okay. So I was doing the vlog with so at this point
The
I'm
Super
just,
Tribe.
Yeah, the Super Tribe. And you know, I'm telling myself, hey, I'm just gonna pick, because now I'm stuck. What genre do I jump in? You know, and that'll have, I was stuck on the genre for maybe a good year, you know.
Trying to figure out what direction to go in.
I mean, so many different
Yes.
genres to get into.
Yeah.
So I should just say, no, forget this. I'm just gonna start vlogging anything and everything.
So Super Tribe came first.
Super Tribe came first. So I started doing the Super Tribe, boom, 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 making these videos. I'm horrible at it. Now I could look at it and like, those are the worst videos ever. You know? Horrible videos, man. And so I started learning more and learning more and learning more. So I said, let me try this. So I don't put it on the Super Tribe. I started another channel to try the things that I learned. And then boom, you know, it just started growing.
Wow.
And that's Big Super living in Arizona.
Yeah, that's Big Super living in Arizona. And it just is, you know, just start moving.
It's really cool. It's a really cool channel. I mean, I've checked out a bunch of videos, and I like how it's just real. It's a real YouTube, like, because you can go from the hood to a nice place. Like, if you want to know Arizona, you can get to know Arizona on your channel.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not just one side or the other. You can see all of it.
See it all.
You know, and that's what's different from your channel and other channels, I think, that, you know, market Arizona stuff. And it's really, and like I said, you can see everything. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a native. And some of the videos that he showed me, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
You're showing me Arizona and I'm a native.
Right.
You know, so it's super cool.
And-
So was your wife, sorry, baby.
Yeah, go ahead.
Has she always been supportive of what you do? Because I know you've been married for 20 years and, you know, you go from marketing and sales to, okay, I'm going to make money just being me.
Yeah, it's so I'm an entrepreneur, you know, I'm just an entrepreneur, you know.
Yeah.
So she met me and I was an entrepreneur. So, you know, she always known me.
She knew what she was getting into.
She knew what time it was.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You think that's funny too? No.
Hey, I'm just saying. That's how we met, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're always
man.
hustling, doing something.
Yeah.
That's, you know, so we just hustling and but you know what? YouTube is a business.
Yeah.
It's a business, man. We our product, and this is a whole nother product is our works. You know, those videos that we put together, and those things are up forever. They're you know, it's our catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I like that. I've never heard it that way. It's our catalog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a
our
good way to
works.
look at
It's our
it.
work. We're like, this is big time. In my head, this is this is Hollywood. This is
what Hollywood is turning
elite.
into.
This is the elite of hustles right now, because you said a magic word, which is, or was
Elite
it you?
of hustle.
It was probably me.
Okay.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm just kidding.
You were saying about the masses. So I'm not gonna sell. See, this is getting big time. I ain't gonna, you know, but I'm not gonna sell one person to one person to one person to one person. I'm gonna talk to the masses.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, you know, like I was saying, I'm selling when I was doing the hoverboard, I'm shipping hoverboards all over the United States.
Wow.
Yeah.
I get people
Instead of
watching,
just trying to sell them in Arizona.
yeah, one at a time.
That is big
one
time.
at a time. One at a time.
That's a great way to put it, because like what I shared with you before we started recording was that I don't have the vision yet of where this is going. Like I'm building my vision to what this podcast can do, you know, because I'm very spiritual and I'm very into, like I was telling him before, you know, maybe there's another podcast, whether it's marriage, you know,
Marriage counseling.
marriage counseling that we both do, but this is a great platform for the masses. But to be able to see that, like he sees it, he's got the vision. I'm into, you know, with the other business, like the work, I put in the work and then I get paid. It's like to believe in yourself, to know that, you know, you are great enough to get paid for being you is very hard for me to swallow, because I don't think that highly of myself to, you know, that people would, that I could get that big, and hearing
That they want to hear what you have to
story,
say.
right? You know, and hearing
Like, why
your
would they
story,
listen to me
right,
when they could
like,
listen to, you know, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, like who am I to get paid for being
Being-
me kind of deal, you know? So hearing your story and hearing how you put it, it's you know, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
That it takes a level of trust, you know, trusting that process. And I still don't get it, you know, right away. I mean, I've been doing this a short time, and you know, I don't get it, but I know that it's possible, you know, because I see it, like, you know, like you're saying, like, dude, I'm just, you know, like just being yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
You know, which I refuse to wear suit and ties anymore. No more hard
Yeah.
shoes, as I call them.
Yeah.
You know, and
Dude, he said no hard shoes, okay? What are you wearing today, sir?
It got the Crocs on.
Dude, for real though.
That is the complete opposite of hard shoes.
Right? I want to put one of those little, you know, the decor that they have for the Crocs. If I had one, I would put one on there.
I would love that.
Dude, right? Like the little opposites attract.
But you trying to brand
those-
brand his
him.
Crocs with our logo? No, that's, you know
Here's
what?
a little gift
There's
for being
something.
on our podcast.
There's some. I gotta send you this this podcast that I listen to. You listen to podcasts at all? Mm-hmm. Oh, I think he's just saying that because he's on a pod. No, I'm just kidding.
Mike Tyson. I like Mike Tyson.
Hot boxing?
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, hot boxing. I've checked out a couple.
Yeah. He
But-
listens to like Joe Rogan.
There's
like
a lot
Rogan?
of yeah. I listen to he's just, they're like 3 hours long, so I can't listen to all of them. But when I see one that I might be interested in, I'll check them out. And really, I used to listen to podcasts a lot, and before I wouldn't miss podcasts. I'd be working, just listening. But at a certain point, like now, we have a podcast, we have stuff to do, so I'm selective with what I listen to because I just can't. I got my own stuff, and I can't be making you rich. You know, I got to work on my own stuff.
Come on, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll listen to it if I have the time. But there was one that I would suggest. It was Joe Rogan and this guy. His name was Naval Ravikant, I think his name was. And he's an angel investor in businesses. And he was talking to Joe Rogan about his podcast. And he was talking about Oprah too. You remember? And he was saying exactly what you're saying. He was saying that when you can start getting paid for being yourself, he's like, that's just a different, he's like, you can't be unemployed. He's like, because if Joe Rogan's podcast ends today, there is nobody else that replaces that podcast. And you're doing the same thing with your channel. Like if whatever happened, if your platform goes away, it's not going to be replaced by somebody else trying to do what you're doing, because your thing is unique, right? And when you have something that is like that, it's irreplaceable, and you can just you're just getting paid for being yourself.
Yeah. That's the goal, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's the dream.
That's the
today,
dream. That's what we should be doing. And we're creating, and like I said, these are all our works, right? So you put up that video, you make that video, boom, it's done, and it's there, and it's always gonna work for you the whole nine.
Exactly, because you got
24 hours a day.
You have videos, I'm sure, that people are watching that you did a year ago
over the world, man.
Did you imagine that?
Yeah,
like, God forbid, like
That's
if
insane.
something happens there, I mean, for your kids, for your grandkids, for your, you know what I'm saying? That's your that's you. That's your legacy.
That's
You'll
the other
forever
thing.
live. You know?
That's the other thing that that's what I was trying to talk to you about yesterday. But we get into other stuff and we get sidetracked when we're talking. But it's like when people like they say that everybody dies twice. Right? You know about that one?
No.
Everybody dies twice. When you actually die, and then the last time that anybody ever speaks your name or thinks about you. Wow. That's the second time. But then there's people like Michael Jackson, or like they're immortal, essentially, because they're gone, but they're never going to go away. But when you have something like this, it kind of maybe not on the same Michael Jackson level.
No, but yeah.
You know what?
It's out there forever.
It is what it is, bro.
Right?
I know
That's
what you're saying. Like, it's tough to say, like, oh, it's not Michael Jackson. Like, bro, it's what it is.
But it's out there forever.
It's out there. And, like, I'm not nothing arrogant or nothing either. Like, I look at those vlogs, and I don't think highly of my vlogs, okay? But I will say that if the year 3000, and if you want to know what Phoenix was like, you got to check out one of those vlogs.
You got to look at Big Super
hot.
living in Arizona, right?
Dude, that's hot. Yeah.
And it's gonna be real.
That's cool.
It isn't a movie. It didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
whoa,
true.
whoa.
Dang,
so.
I never. Yeah. Especially with everything that's going on with the pandemic,
especially right now.
And all the riots. Like, yeah.
So,
I mean, we talk about it on the podcast as well.
And you have some videos of that. I think you went down to the protest that we were having in Phoenix.
We saw that.
Yeah.
It's just everything that has to do with Arizona. Yeah. So some of the videos that we saw, like you have some videos. There was one in Levine where you have like the little water tower. I think it's on Southern and 51st Avenue, right there at the Chevron.
There. I used to work it out at that LA Fitness.
That's what I think
baseline.
your clip art. I mean, we lived right there in that neighborhood, and then from there we moved out here. And you have another video. What is it? It's East Phoenix AZ, the good, the bad, and the ugly city tour. And that one, when I was watching, I was telling you about it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Because you're going through this through the neighborhood, and you got some really good shots, like with the drone, and you drive around and break down the city, like what part of the city this is, and
it's so cool.
But you go even into an apartment complex, and you're talking to people that live there, and you even went into one of the apartments. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm watching this video and I'm like, hold up a second. I was like, we've been there like a bunch of times, And this was kind of like in the hood a little bit, right?
Yeah. Not a little bit.
Not a little bit.
It is.
So we can get into a couple stories about that place. But no, so it was actually in the video, you're talking to somebody, and in the background, you can see the doors to some of the apartments. And one of those doors is my mother-in-law, your mom's apartment that she lived in.
Yeah.
And we would go there for Christmas. We would go there for Thanksgiving. Like the whole family.
Yeah.
Like we've spent holidays there. The pool that you were talking, like our kids swim in the pool. We've been in that pool. And it's crazy.
Yeah.
But actually, like, it is, like I like to say, they keep it real out there in that neighborhood. And we were there for Thanksgiving, and it was either Thanksgiving or Christmas. one time, and I think you remember they called the cops. Like they said somebody, I didn't see anybody, but they said they had a knife or something. We got everybody, we're like, get in the house, and the police showed up. But there's some things in that neighborhood or in that apartment complex, Ocotillo Village, that a lot of people don't know about. And during the holidays, during Christmas time, the management of that complex, like they get, I don't know where they get the gifts from, but they collect gifts and they give it out to the kids in that
Santa
apartment
Claus.
complex.
They hire a Santa Claus to come out.
Santa Claus will come out.
And they have food for all the residents.
Yeah.
And they give gifts to all the residents in that complex. And not only that, but I think it was for Easter as well. Like my mom would invite us out, and they would, hire. We have pictures of the gentleman who actually sketched us. And he's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, all for free. Like just, for the residents.
They
and
just
stuff.
put it
so
on for that little community. And to be living in a place in that area and to have that in that complex is like pretty cool.
Support and
like it's a cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and you guys can check it out. The East Phoenix AZ, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly City Tour.
Yeah. But, so if you're thinking of moving to Arizona, subscribe. Because you do it all, so
and it's cool to see, like, every once in a while on some of your videos you'll see somebody that recognizes you. I've seen it a couple times.
A lot of
there was some people cool. There was one that I saw, like, there was this couple standing on a street corner and they're like, hey, Super. And they were watching Big Super's videos when they were making a decision to move out here. You remember that one? Which one I'm talking about? Yeah, it was like and they're like, we watch your videos before we moved out here.
That's cool.
So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, that's something that I didn't never plan on. Sadly to say, my motivations were monetary.
Yeah.
When I started YouTube, it was totally monetary. So I wasn't looking at, I wanted, people to recognize me and that whole deal. That's something that surprised me.
How was that? How does that feel? Is it weird?
That?
It's I don't want to say nothing. It's different,
Yeah.
Because now it's like, it's just different. Again, I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
That wasn't my goal. And I know there are people that start YouTube and that's their goal.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
They want to, be famous or be recognizable. And that came out of nowhere. I just want to make videos and make some money.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting this like, whoa.
Kind of feeds the ego, right?
Not necessarily. It don't feed my ego because that wasn't my thing.
Right.
A paycheck is going to feed my ego. I started getting them some fat checks. And
It's like, all right, I'm on to something now.
Then you see my head.
Right. And your pockets.
Right. But that's one thing, like just being able to remain humble. Like true to you and who you are, because when fame comes, sometimes it hits and you're like, boop, like you said, and they're like, wait, who's this? And what did you do with Big Super? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Life humble you though.
Oh, for sure.
You live a little bit, you start shutting your dang on mouth,
Yeah.
And I think it's different too when you start from the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I mean, did you come from humble beginnings? Did you come?
Yeah, very humble beginnings. Very humble beginnings. So
my husband said, "Why do you always say humble beginnings? Why don't you just tell people that you were broke?
I like
you're
to
poor,
say, I like to say we used to keep it real. That's why, when you're in a neighborhood, like that Dave Chappelle joke, it's like when you say like check cashing place, liquor store, gun store, check cashing place. Like, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. But it's just what and I think that's one thing that makes your channel unique. It's like you're comfortable everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you could go to Scottsdale and talk to anybody there, or you can be wherever you're at. It doesn't matter, and you're just comfortable talking to people.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's where your hustle came from, coming from humble beginnings? Like, where did your hustle come from?
The hustle came from, coming from humble beginnings. You start wanting stuff, and you come up with ways to make money.
Yeah.
Did you have examples of that growing up?
Well, my father, my biological father was an entrepreneur, and my stepfather was an entrepreneur.
Okay. So you saw it growing up.
Yeah. Didn't look at it like that, just my biological stepfather.
Yeah.
And then, I became, entrepreneur.
Now you look back at it and you can kind of see.
Yeah, as you get older and you learn too, like, oh, that's that's the thing, and I don't think nothing of entrepreneurship in essence. Some people, you talk about ego. Some people get an ego over entrepreneurship, and it's like nothing to me. Like, dude, it's nothing to be an entrepreneur. Like, I could just pick up something and sell it, and that makes me an entrepreneur.
Well, the thing is too, I think a lot of times entrepreneur, like it gets a bad rap, but there's a lot of people that, I'm an entrepreneur. It's like, dude, you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So it's like entrepreneur comes with some, and I think that's why sometimes it gets a bad rap, because there is a lot of people. It's like, I'm an entrepreneur. And it's like, I guess. I mean,
you're 40 and you're living at home with your mom.
Yeah, like you made $17 this week. It's not really entrepreneurship. Like, and you've been playing video games all day. Like, you got to get out there and work if you really want to be an entrepreneur.
Unless they're making money playing video games.
That is a new thing.
Yes.
And that's
it's about the money. It's about the paper.
And that's what we're talking about. Like, if you want to make money playing video games, there's a way to do that too.
Yeah. This thing is powerful, man. The whole internet is powerful.
Yeah.
It's so powerful that I sometimes wonder, like, dude, the government or something going to take this thing away from us. Dude.
Right?
Yeah, it's so powerful, dude. Like, it's like
we've talked about some of that. We've talked about that.
Yeah, dude. Like, again, the whole world. Mariah Carey could watch this podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Anyone you could think of could watch this podcast, see something. You talk about opportunities and something, and see something, be like, I want hit them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything is possible.
We just talked about that. Tom Corley. I was talking about that our last podcast, that he was looking to grow his business or his book. He wrote a book, Rich Habits versus Poor Habits. And trying to get that book out was so hard for him because he didn't have the following that he needed at the beginning. And all it took, he said he done thousands and thousands of tweets, and all it took was just one influencer to recognize him and changed his world, just changed everything for him.
Yeah.
And that's one person.
Like I was saying, the influencer's not going to give you a shot if they look at your history and there's not much history, or it's like all, a little bit here and nothing there. If it's consistent, they're like, yeah, he's willing to work and he's got good stuff. Let's see if we can give him a shot.
So how does your son, because I know you're leading by example, he's seen the hustle, he's seen the work, is it something that you're also teaching by showing? Is that something he's interested in, or do you feel he's just too young right now to get it?
No, I don't, like I said, I don't, take a whole, the entrepreneurship. I kind of look at people who aren't entrepreneurs as lucky. Entrepreneurship isn't some glamorous thing. It's glamorous if you're winning. If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you shine.
That's a good one.
True.
That's
if you
good.
shine, and
yep.
then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now you look like, I'm entrepreneur.
Damn.
But
that is
when you're
crazy to
handing
think
out
about.
those flyers at midnight.
That's not glamorous.
It ain't glamorous, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, I ran into, I was by the airport.
And who was you handing out flyers with?
Well, nobody.
Were your buddies, your homies?
No. Nobody's willing to do that with you. Yeah.
Oh, man.
In the Facebook Live, I try to give somebody a flyer.
In the middle of the pandemic, by the way.
Come on.
That's
entrepreneurship.
Yep.
Yeah. In the Facebook Live, I'm giving a flyer to somebody and they're like, no thanks. And I'm like, all right, well, this, but you know what? It's all good. Whatever. Yeah. And oh man, I was scaring the shit out of people because dark. It was, so we got done at 10:30, grab my flyers, go out. And I didn't get done till maybe 1 o'clock in the morning. I got a flight at 7 in the morning. So I got to be at the car at 5:45. So I got no sleep, but I'm going out there and it's late. It's right by the airport. So a lot of times the neighborhoods by the airports aren't the greatest because, it's just loud. Jets are always flying. So, and there's like, sometimes it's just a female in the car and you get some guy walking up to you at 11:30 at night and they're like,
crazy.
No, I'm not, you're not getting me, And I'm just like holding the flyer. I'm like, no, I'm just trying to give you a flyer. And they're like, no, kick rocks, keep it moving. But it is what it is,
I was on the phone with him and I was so proud because
I'm like, look, I got a wife. I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to give you a flyer.
But he's an introvert. And so to see him doing this, and so we met in Legal Shield. We met in a business, and he hated doing that because our goal was to do 2 to 5 a day, and you did not like doing that.
But I would do it.
But he would do it. So seeing him do this and the time that it was, I'm like, and me as an extrovert, I'm like, I'm so proud of him doing the deal, because I know that it's because this is his dream. Like, this is, this is for us, you know, so he's pushing himself to do the thing that makes him feel uncomfortable. And most people they're not willing to get out of their comfort zone to do the deal in order to get the results that they're looking to get, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's all about that hustle and knowing what you're chasing, knowing what you're going for.
Yeah.
You know, having that target.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, you got to be creative, because at first, when I got all these flyers, it was before the pandemic. I got all the flyers right before the pandemic. Like they got here the month before. So, being an entrepreneur or whatever, trying to grow a channel, I set different goals, and one of the goals was like, you know what? By the middle of the year, I want to get rid of all these flyers. I got 5,000 flyers. That's the goal. Pandemic hits a few weeks later or the next month, and it just threw a wrench in everything. Because my plan was, anytime there's a big event like, Monster Jam or a concert or whatever, I'm going to go to those things and just give out, because there's so many people there. I'm just going to go give out all these flyers. It should be easy to hand out 5,000 flyers. There's 20,000 people in the stadium, And then the pandemic hits, and the flyers just sit in the garage. And now I realize that I let that, the pandemic is pretty serious. So, but I just kind of forgot about it. I let myself forget about it. Instead of, it was a good excuse to not do it, instead of thinking like, how can I still get these out and still meet my goal? So now the new goal is to get them all out by the end of the year. I haven't told you yet, but it's, and that's just part, is being creative on how you're going to do it. He hasn't told me, even though I'm the
one giving them out too.
I'm telling you. Well, no, the goal is to give them all out by the end of the year. Right. But no, it's just being creative. Sometimes you got to do things a different way, or not take no for an answer, or getting sidetracked with other things and still getting the work done.
So what is your real name?
Sydney.
All right, Sydney.
Sydney Super.
So someone who is looking at growing a YouTube channel, what is some advice, that you can give them?
You have to learn. It's a lot of learning. If you watch YouTube, if you're a fan of YouTube, which I turned into a fan of YouTube, and you have to learn. You could look at stuff and, just like Michael Jordan, you watch Michael Jordan play and you're like, dude, it makes it look so easy. What happens? We watch a YouTube video. Dude, they didn't do anything, dude. They just sitting there.
He's just talking to the camera.
Exactly. Like, dude, do you know that stuff is a, rhyme and reason, how he put that stuff together, the lighting, the sound, you know what I'm saying? It was so much that went into it. So you have to learn. You have to learn the craft. Exactly. You have to learn the craft. It's just like a movie. Like, you have to put that stuff together.
You got to put in those 10,000 hours.
You have to put the 10,000 hours, and you have to learn the craft. So we're all in the craft of the same, like I said, like Hollywood or podcast, Joe Rogan, same craft. It's the same craft.
Learn to fail forward, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Sorry, babe.
Well, no, I was just gonna. I
want to know some mistakes.
Now you can just fire up the camera and go.
Yeah.
More than you could before, because you have the setup. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, more so than before, but I'm still putting in my 10,000 hours.
Yes.
So I'm still learning. What I watch on YouTube is just how to.
Yes.
And you know what? I may watch 20, 30 videos to get one thing. Oh,
wow.
That was it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm putting that together. And over time, I've put together so much different things.
A little bit from each.
Exactly.
You just take a little bit from each video.
Yep. Because no one's just dropping the jewels. No one's giving, like you were just saying, like, do we have to pay for the jewels? You know what I'm saying? But now I don't know if someone's actually going to sell us the jewels. Like, the YouTube jewels are like, if there's a YouTube jewel, they keep it secret. It's safely guarded. But you can put together, boom, 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 over time.
You know what? Now that you say that, like, what I'm thinking is there's certain techniques, the jewels to do things. Nobody's going to give you all of them because they want you to pay so that they can give you some of the other ones. But if you watch enough, you can get all of them, but you're going to have to get it, you know, because this guy's going to leave out this part because he wants you to pay for it. This guy's going to leave out the other part because he wants you to pay for it. But if you watch them all, you can get the majority of them.
Put the puzzle together.
You just got to put that time in and find the videos and do the research.
Yeah, and you start putting it together, putting it to work, putting it to test. And that's how, you know, you start building it up and you're like, oh, okay, you know.
So when in your first videos, how long did it take in the editing compared to what it is now?
They're so trash, dude. The first videos were horrible.
And it probably took forever to make the video too.
The first videos, they were, man, you know, I was successful when I knew nothing about. There was a time when I knew nothing about videos, and those were successful. When I was doing when I was talking about the you know, eating healthy, that whole deal, those were successful. I built a following doing those videos, and I knew nothing. It was nothing. It was no editing. It was some editing, but it was nothing.
Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. It wasn't a drone. I didn't have some fancy camera. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now you got the drone. Now
But it's because everybody's looking to lose weight and eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great topic.
Yeah, exactly. So it's about the content. It's about what you got to say.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Am I interested in that? You were just talking about marriage counseling. So do I look at you as a trusted, you know, person to know about marriage? If you are, then I don't care about no drone shots and stuff. I want to hear what you got to say.
That's good.
What are you talking about? What you saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's strictly content. You know,
building that
And
reputation.
it's who's giving the content.
Yeah. So we think that we're just going to start something up and just shoot ourselves. All they're doing is just walking around through a mall themselves. Like, dude, they must be giving us something. You know, you have to be given something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
That's good.
Definitely.
So let's talk about maybe some mistakes, because a lot of people learn from other people's mistakes or their own mistakes. So what would you say your top, I don't know, 2 mistakes, or if you have more
challenges?
Yeah, challenges.
When you were building YouTube, your channel.
Oh, building YouTube. Is that me?
Ooh.
Oh, it's all.
I'm good.
Oh, snap. No, if you want to grab it.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Bad man, this is horrible for.
No,
You're good.
It is all good.
Man.
And we forgot to say.
Yeah, that was our fault. You're all good.
But yeah, what was like probably your biggest challenge or your biggest mistake when you were actually now focused on growing your YouTube?
The biggest challenge. So the biggest challenge. Well, what was the biggest challenge? Of course, is going to be subscribers and views. You know, first it were views. You know, you want to get more views. How do you get views? So you're trying to break the algorithm, and then you're trying to learn the craft, and then you start getting into the analytics. You know, that whole deal, and so the biggest mistake that I had was I just had a garbage product. You know, nobody wanted to watch that crap I was creating. It was garbage. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, I had to. You know, so
I'm not saying I'm saying like I know what you mean.
Okay.
I'm not like not like that. No, that's not what I'm saying.
So yeah, that was the biggest mistake. Not necessarily a mistake. You know, it's just a learning curve. You just you start learning, but you have to you want to get good at your craft, your product.
Yeah,
our product is the video. So it's a learning process. I'm still learning.
Yeah,
you know, it's a learning process. So you go from not knowing anything. You know, I literally didn't know how to put an SD card in the camera. You know, to having to learn how to go through that and upload, and
that's the thing that people don't think about. There's so much other things that you got to learn aside from just making a video.
Yeah.
Unless you have a significant other that is good at all that.
She can just sit down and record.
Yeah, you guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. You know, if you're working, because the missus, she doesn't help with my videos, man.
Hey, so I wanted to ask about that. So when you first started vlogging, was that was your decision? How did your family feel? Like all of a sudden now there's a camera on them.
Right.
Because that's kind of what I did to her.
Well, it wasn't tripping. Remember, I've been breaking them in for.
He said I've been breaking them in.
Since 2009, I've been with the camera.
Yeah,
you know?
what are you doing?
Yeah, I got so much video, man. So they wasn't tripping, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do they like it too?
They it's just chill. It's like it's nothing.
It's normal now.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nothing.
I got you.
Dude. It's nothing.
But at the beginning,
it was never nothing.
Yeah.
I've been breaking them in since 2009.
With
that's
the
true.
kids, how is it with the kids? Because I'm sure, do they have friends that see them? Like,
oh yeah,
Dude, I get busted all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, dude. So I don't tell people. I don't tell nobody.
yeah,
That I'm making.
you're just out there doing your thing.
I'm just doing my thing. I tell nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, my phone's ringing. You know, hey, we seen your video. I'm like, dude. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my son friends watch the videos.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's
dang,
usually how it
dude.
goes, right?
Yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's fun.
And I had to, be, and I coach basketball.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
I
Okay.
got busted by some of the team and stuff. So I'm like, I had to be cool all the time because I got these kids watching my videos.
Yep, they're
Yeah.
looking up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you got to keep it clean, dude.
Yeah, I keep it clean. As you said,
Yeah,
I really don't even curse on my on the
No.
videos and nothing. I kind of got loose. I think the last video that I did, I got a little,
Yeah.
but I keep it clean.
But it's real life. It's real life stuff. I mean, if you want to get to know Arizona, there's everything's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is as far as Arizona goes, what have you seen, like places that maybe you might want to head out there, you might not want to head out there, areas that you want to stay away from?
It's a bunch.
It's like different ones and different.
There's places all over that you have to watch out for. But more so where the antennas have to go up is if you hear the word Phoenix.
Yeah.
If you hear Phoenix, you have to. What part of Phoenix?
Yeah.
What block? Where? Because you just can't, like, say for instance, you take in, you're safer in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Stuff that don't say Phoenix. Then you could pretty much like, if it just say, this town, then I'm good.
It's like just outside of Phoenix.
Yeah, just outside. It's the burbs,
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
if it's Phoenix, you could be in Encanto, or you could be
And it's right there.
Yeah, or you could be, and that video, that whole area was in Encanto Village, but also in Encanto Village is the Phoenix Country Club or something like that.
Right next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
But
that. I didn't even know that place exists. I snuck in there.
me either. Yeah.
You can't see it from the street really, and it's a country club, so that's members only.
Yep.
And then I got in the gate and went through. I'm like, oh my god, dude! And this is just these banging houses sitting on an acre at least per house in that whole gated area.
And they're like old school, more older houses, not like the new.
Yeah, I love those houses. I love
those are nice.
And they share the same zip code as where we was just at with the where you saying with the pool at the
at that apartment complex.
Same zip code.
Yep.
It's like right there. Yeah, that the
Encanto
Encanto Park.
is right there. Like you have Arcadia.
Encanto Park, like I was telling you before we started the podcast, like you have the park and then the country club that's the one, right? The one right next to the park. Is that the one? They have the golf course there at the park.
The country club was kind of on is that 7th Street? Maybe like around 7th and Indians. I kind of forget.
Okay, so it's probably a little more central.
Well, not Indian school, but somewhere over there. you
Okay.
know? Yeah, it's a little more central. But I forget. I think it Phoenix Country Club. It's a country club.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, like you're saying, you got the good areas, and sometimes you go a couple blocks and you're like,
What the
Changes.
heck?
yeah.
Wait.
Like I said, all of a sudden, liquor store,
Yeah.
gun store, liquor store, gun store. You're like, oh shit.
It's like where my mom lives,
Yeah.
right there on 40th Street in McDowell. And then you head north, I believe it's north, and you have Arcadia. Like that beautiful area
Yeah.
just right up from 40th Street,
Yep. Yep.
you know?
Yeah, I think does Arcadia start at Indian School? Well,
Yeah.
you got Arcadia Light. So you got two Arcadias too. You got Arcadia Light and you got Arcadia proper. But like you said, Arcadia starts across the street.
Right.
You go across the street, they go to Walmart. I think it's across the street from the Walmart.
So
Yeah.
when we were looking at houses, when we were looking at moving out here, we were looking in South Phoenix. So that's the same
Near South
same
Mountain.
example, right by
Yes.
South Mountain, like south
Yes.
of Dobson or Dobbins or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
And so
Beautiful area, like
that's
beautiful area.
but when we were looking at that neighborhood, we're like, these houses are nice, the neighborhood looks nice, but literally you cross the street to what was it, Baseline? Mm-hmm. You cross the street and they keep it real.
Yeah.
And we were talking, we're like, well, if something goes down and they're gonna rob a place, where are they gonna rob?
Yeah.
This is the closest, nicest neighborhood. This is where they're coming.
That's why it's a gated
So-
community.
You know what I mean? And it was like right there. And so we were like, yeah, we started looking in other neighborhoods.
Yeah.
You know,
And we ended up in the East Valley. So we used to live on 63rd and Lower Buckeye. Okay. So we have a rental property there. Okay. So that's where we came from. Ghetto birds almost every night, whatever, right? Like it was getting pretty bad. And then we moved out here, over here. And I remember the first, really bad. The first week that we lived here, like first couple of weeks, I was doing laundry, and we came downstairs, started to cook, and you know when the washing machine it was unstable, so it started to shake or something, I don't know, and I'm like, is that a ghetto bird? You know, and he's
I'm like,
listening.
are you washing clothes? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I think the washer's on the spin cycle. And that's what she was. We're all sitting down here and it's the washing machine on the spin cycle. She was thinking it was the ghetto bird. And I'm like,
I thought we moved away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Appalled.
they send out the helicopter usually, like if somebody's missing a puppy or something out here, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
So what has made the biggest difference? Like when you like started focusing on the YouTube, what has made the biggest difference, the biggest jump that you've seen? Or is there anything or is it just grinding it out day by day?
So it's grinding it out. It's just creating a. So the biggest thing, in my opinion, is having a good product first off, and then the content, meaning that it's content that really helps people.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not gonna watch a video. I'm watching how-to videos. I'm watching those videos from beginning to end because I want to learn how to do something. But they have to show me how to do it.
There's a purpose for the video.
Yeah, exactly. So if you solve these problems, whatever problems they may be, we can make basketball videos. I want to learn how to dribble with my right hand. If I could teach people how to dribble with my right hand or with the right hand on that video, then
They're gonna want to watch it.
Yeah, and I can do it over and over again. Now I should teach you how to shoot. Now I'll teach you how to do this. Now, if you can do that,
Yeah.
and then let your personality shine through, I think your personality automatically begin to shine through. Over time.
Yeah, once you start getting comfortable.
Yeah, and then, but I'm in that process too, guys. That where you get to a point where I'm in that process too, where let the personality sell, because I want
Come out, yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep doing the tours and stuff. I'm giving that product, but I still do my other channel, my family channel, the Super Tribe, which is more so personality.
Yeah.
And because that's the ultimate goal for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to do tours forever.
Yeah.
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 But
Well, that's a good idea.
yeah.
So that is helping you like fulfill the other
Pour
goals.
over.
Yeah. And
cool.
and that's kind of how I'm working it, and it's been working out that way, and I've been still applying things to that other channel, and this is more so work, what you're saying, because the ultimate goal is like a podcast, or not necessarily a podcast, but like you guys' podcast, where you could just pick up, and we could do this anywhere. We could be in Aruba, and I break out to we'll
set it up and go.
Because they're here to see you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
you are your brand.
Exactly.
You are your brand.
Exactly. Not me.
Yeah, because they're not watching just because they want to see Arizona now. They
No,
want to
they're
see
interested
what Super's
you
up
have
to.
to say. Yes.
Exactly. If they can get into Super. You know, so that's the thing. So right now they just They just, I'm just a taxi cab driver, man.
Yeah.
Turn right here, super. All right, man.
Yeah. Let me show you this over here.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you. Yeah. I guess that's like the two different ways because kind of our thing, we just kind of talk about ourselves, our family, and that's kind of like starting the opposite way, And but I think that's a good strategy. Like you're having them do this thing, and when they're watching you going through these neighborhoods, they're probably wondering like, I wonder where Super lives. Like I wonder what he's up to.
Yeah.
And then they go to the other channel and they're like, oh, that's his life right here. Like we can watch him going on trips and doing different stuff.
But to just present the life just up front,
it's going to be harder to
like, dude, who is you, man?
Like why? Well, yeah.
Get out of here, dude. I got kids.
I got kids too. Matter of fact, I need to go watch them, see what they're up to. Yeah, so that's cool.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh man. So where are you gonna go next on Big Super living in Arizona? Where do you want to go?
Just keep vlogging. Keep vlogging. Just keep more and more content. Yeah. So I'm just trying to in the process or just give more content about, Arizona, being more places. Anything Arizona, I'm there. If it's Arizona, I'm there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's the thing.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, just, going to Sedona and just the different places that we have here.
Arizona's dope, man.
Where's the best place that you like, something that just blew your mind?
Blew my mind. Well, the Grand Canyon blows my mind.
Yeah.
So blow my mind, Grand Canyon. That, I can't oversell it. I can say anything about the Grand Canyon, and you're still going to be amazed when you get there. So the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
And, Prescott.
Prescott's nice.
Prescott.
I saw, you got,
Prescott.
Yes.
My mom's thinking about moving out there.
Dude,
Oh, she's going to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to.
Have you guys been to Prescott?
Yes.
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 That place
is nice.
It's kind of in the toss for me. Like, it's, I was out there and I'm like, is Prescott more beautiful than Sedona?
And it's only an hour away, right?
Yeah. So it's like, dude, this place is amazing,
Yeah. And it's cooler.
Yeah.
Right.
The Grand Canyon, that is one thing. Like when I see it, the way I it's kind of like looking at a postcard. Like you look at it and it almost doesn't even look real. Yeah. But you're looking at it with your eyes and you're like, holy crap, like look at this. It's like something that you would look at it in a book, but you're actually staring at it. Yeah. And what about an underrated place that you've seen?
Underrated.
Yeah. Is there any place that you've seen that's like, you know what, not a lot of people know about this?
All right. That would be North Peoria.
It's nice up there. What, like north of what, like Bell?
Yeah, way north of Bell. Like you had to get on there with that new 303 thing.
Oh, okay.
Loop. And it's right really above Anthem, on top of Anthem.
Oh, that's way up there. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's north. I'm trying to, for some reason, I'm just I can't think of a name for was it Vistancia?
Okay.
Vistancia.
Yeah, Vistancia, all that area. But North Peoria is amazing.
What is it up there that makes it?
It's a beautiful area, very scenic. But as of really the whole valley is scenic.
Yeah.
I mean, if we hit a block, you don't know where we at. Everything looks the same, But North Phoenix or that Peoria is real nice.
That is true. Like in any direction you drive 10, 15 minutes and you're gonna hit some nice stuff.
Yeah.
Goodyear is growing out, right? Like that's another one that's really growing out there. Yep. I remember Buckeye was like nothing but farmland.
Buckeye's gonna end up being part of the city here soon.
Yeah. Buckeye
with a 303, and because when you came out here too, there was nothing out there.
Yeah,
it was. Buckeye, and then everything in between Buckeye and the city, there was nothing.
Yeah,
and now they got the highways going up, and everything is kind of spreading. And same with out here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Faux show.
Yeah.
All right,
man. We were supposed to do the plug. We kind of blew past all of that stuff, so we can get
that's what I was looking at you like. Are we gonna do any plugs today?
It's all good. We got a special guest, so it's a special day, and we could do the plugs at the end. So make sure you guys check out oppositesattractpodcast.com. You guys can follow us there. You can check out all of our social media there. You can listen to it there, There's a tab at the top that says support the show. If you click on that, you'll see our Amazon link, and it doesn't cost you anything extra to shop through our link. But it also helps out the show. We get a couple pennies whenever you guys buy something, and we appreciate it. You'll also see a link to Trust Inc. And Trust Inc. is?
We are a nationwide mobile notary agency. So if you are, we do a lot of work with title companies. We do a lot of work with law firms as well. So if you're needing a document notarized or needing to refinance, hit us up.
Nice. And if you want to go to Trust Inc. directly, you can go to trustinkusa.com. And we're also affiliates with Libsyn, which is who hosts our podcast. And if you want to give Libsyn a shot and you want to host your own podcast, you can use promo code OAP for Opposites Attract Podcast, and you'll get the rest of whatever month you sign up in for free, and you'll get the next month for free so you can try it out. So if you're passionate about anything, maybe Arizona or playing video games or doing whatever, building ships in a bottle, I don't know what you're into. But if you want to make a podcast, you can give it a shot for free. And definitely we want to give a shout out to Big Super. Thank you for coming on. How could people get a hold of you? How can they find you?
Instagram. I'm on Instagram under Super Tribe, or just type or Big Super under any of my YouTube videos. All of my contact information is in the description box.
Yeah. So Big Super, cool. Super Tribe, Big Super living in Arizona. If you want to look it up directly, definitely check them out. And if you are thinking about coming out here or moving out here, that's a great way to get some information, and also check out Super Tribe to see what Big Super is into and the family and all that. So you got anything before we get out of here?
Is there anything else you would like to share that maybe you did not share?
All right. I think we're good. Right, and just a heads up, we'll also have Big Super's contact information in the links to wherever you're watching this video. So if you're listening to it, it'll be in there too. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you for your support and for your love. Until next time. Bye.